Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here doing the monthly reading for the sign of Gemini. I am going to be switching things up a little bit. I just want to thank you all for your patience and encouragement. I really needed that time off. Christmas was super busy and apparently I needed that time off. So thanks for sticking around. Going to be doing your monthly forecast reading as I mentioned, as well as answering a personal question for you. So whatever personal question you want to conjure up while I'm shuffling, we're going to be doing a 6-card reading around a personal question for you. So whatever it is on your heart, whatever it is on your mind, you might not even be aware of it right now. So once the cards jump out and any of the cards appeal to you or answer a question for you, that's what we're aiming for right now. And then with the other decks, we will look at your monthly forecast. I will be doing that on a monthly basis for you now. And then in the middle of the month, we'll be doing pick a card readings. And then alternately, what we're going to be doing is doing face-to-face videos where I'll be talking about astrology, meditation, my book, and some other topics, some of which are considered controversial. So let's get into that in a few short weeks. Until then, let's begin your personal question reading. So Gemini, what are you in? Hold on one little second there. We're going to be answering 3 questions. The first one is, what are you? Wow, they're just super flipping. Let's get our bearings. What is Gemini in the middle of? Okay. What is the energy that's affecting what Gemini is in the middle of? What's the energy that's affecting what Gemini is in the middle of? What is the energy affecting what Gemini is in the middle of? And then what is the lesson for Gemini with regard to your question? And there we have it. So why is the central card in terms of what are you in the middle of? You're asking some very big questions, Gemini. Very big questions having to do with ancestral energy. This is very likely the spirit world, very likely the occult, very likely, if not either of those, a sense of spirituality, a sense of asking some questions about maybe creation, maybe about God, maybe about spirit or the spirit world in general. I think that this will be exciting for you, so don't hold yourself back with regard to your personal question. What are you in the middle of? Some very deep questions around spirituality and the spirit world. Now, this is an interesting thing to have affecting this. This is where you can't see the forest for the trees. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It could actually mean an adventure, the fates, what's calling you, what star do you hold on to, where do you belong in this world? And it specifically has to do right now with the spirit world. This is very exciting. You could be drawn to this right now because you've had a spiritual experience or you're asking some questions out of a general interest. It might have nothing to do with you feeling necessarily the spirit world. You're just darn curious and you're allowed to do that. But there's a sense here, because that's a thought, right? But what that thought might be producing is a feeling here, whereas there's a sense where I feel like I'm being directed into this, as opposed to I'm thinking I'm directed into this. This is being propelled. Your invitation into the spirit world here around questions about it is being directed by a feeling. So that could be curious to you as a Gemini because you're an air sign. You're generally directed to anything, frankly, through your through a thought process, right? So while this is a thinking procedure or a thought process here, you're directed to it through how you feel. And you may not even understand this right now, the why, it's curious. This is sort of very similar. The fates is saying, what's your star? But also you can't possibly know all the answers right here and right now. So if this is going on for you, Gemini, don't be frustrated at any part of this. This is a real nice introduction for you into this realm, and take your time with it. Unfinished Symphony is saying, what is the lesson here? This is something that could have cropped up before for you about the spirit world. You either just ran out of time, ran out of interest, something else got your attention. This is the human condition. We get led away from things through no fault of our own, and through no outright objection here. This could just be a curious new endeavor for you, something that you want to get a handle on, something that you want to appreciate here that has what you're going to consider a very important answer for you. So let's qualify these cards. We're going to qualify, what are you in the middle of? Or let's qualify the Y card for Gemini. Let's qualify the Y card. And what are you in the middle of for Gemini? And we have a bunch of them turn over. If you've been watching for a while, you'll know that I'm doing things not a little bit, but a whole lot differently. And I'm really excited with the changes. I'm not doing bottom of the deck. I'm not taking all my jumpers. So I hope that you enjoy this. As always, I love your comments. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's qualify what energy is affecting this for Gemini. What energy is affecting this for Gemini? What energy is affecting the Y card for Gemini? And then let's qualify the lesson. Let's qualify the lesson card, the unfinished symphony for Gemini. Let's qualify unfinished symphony. Unfinished symphony. Let's qualify unfinished symphony. So when I say qualify, it's really just getting a bit of a clarification on the card. I'm going to take what I first saw, put the second one back for the sake and interest of time. Otherwise, as you know, I can shuffle forever. So here, let's read these two together. So as you know, the tribe is going to qualify this. This is really interesting, Gemini. Where do you belong? Where do you fit in? Where is your soul tribe? Where's your soul group? Where are these people? And you're looking now through the lens of asking questions around the spirit world. This is a very, very exciting month for you. With regard to your personal question, again, this does deal with the month, but this is a personal question for you. Who is your tribe? Who are your homies? Who is your peer group now? Things could be switching up for you, not briskly. I don't see this moving very quickly for you, but it will. These questions around the why, the spirit world, the ancestral, occult questions, symbolism, anything having to do with that for you right now. We're looking at where do you fit in? Who are you attracted to here when you're having conversations about these types of concerns here? Or who are you winding up talking to after having these types of questions? I see a lot of excitement ahead for you within this realm, Gemini. And here with the fates, what energy affects this sense of you can't possibly know everything right now. So as long as you're copacetic with that, you will find a treasure within that. So in other words, don't put any sort of shoulds on this right now, or have tos, or you have to know why you're asking, you have to know where you belong, you have to know this and that right now. Really just let the question part, the interest in it, lead you. Less than an outcome. So let the question lead the way as opposed to an outcome. Treasure Island, this is what is within, right? You have the answers within. It could be an exciting time for you to go ask some questions, certainly see what other people are saying, but you're going to find the answer for you that is best for you within. So don't be afraid to do that either, especially this month concerning your personal question. Very interesting to see Unfinished Symphony qualified by here and now. Again, you're going to want to really sit in this moment. You're going to want to be right here and right now with things that you're coming up with, feelings that you have about perhaps asking these questions, or about your peer group or your tribal, where you belong in a tribal sense. So who your peer family is, soul family is, for example. And then in terms of what is the lesson here, you're going to want to sit with yourself. You're going to want to sit with this. It's very interesting. These are actually quite similar in the same sense. You have to go within and you have to sit still. So if there's any leanings around, say, meditation, or if this is propping up for you this month, or at least you're looking at it for the first time, maybe play around with this. Meditation won't hurt you, and it might be an interesting way to go inside to get some of these answers that you seek here, especially with regard to your Y card. So now let's move on briefly to your general forecast for January. Again, I mentioned this is a monthly forecast, which is what we'll be doing. So in a general sense, what does Gemini need to know for the month of January 2018? What does Gemini need to know for January 2018? And we'll do the same 3 cards out of our medicine deck. What does Gemini need to know for the month of January 2018? What does Gemini need to know for January 2018? We're looking for 1 jumper at a time. What does Gemini need to know for January 2018? Gemini need to know for 2000, and there's 1. And we just need 2 more jumpers. I'm going to read them left to right and then briefly from top to bottom to finish up your reading for the month. There's our second. We're just looking for 1 more. What does Gemini need to know for January 2018? What does Gemini need to know for January 2018? We're just looking for 1 jumper, please. There we go. Very nice to see here, Gemini. Nothing out of the ordinary in terms of things falling apart or moving faster than you're ready for, but a lot of excitement, as I mentioned. So the first thing we're looking at is harmony, truth and integrity, and intention. So in terms of what do you need to know for the month of January, this is the direction in which you're being asked to proceed, especially around your personal question, but in a general sense. So no matter what this has to do with your business world, if you're in school, it's a relationship, whatever, this is in a general sense for you. So we're looking at Libra energies here. You might be in touch with a Libra or someone who has strong Libra energy. If you yourself don't, you could yourself, Gemini, have Libra as your ascendant, your moon, or even in your Venus. If that's the case, this is doubly applicable for you. You could be your own best friend this month, so keep that in mind. Especially if you're looking at, tribal events or where you belong. Really prove to yourself who you are. You want to be really comfortable with yourself and available to yourself this month. Truth and integrity. This is a beautiful position from which to work any area of your life, frankly. And then, of course, intention. You want to have the highest intentions. And the best way you know that you're working at the highest intention is to say that it is done with love. Anything done with love is in your highest intention. Anything done out of fear, so hate, ridicule, impatience, doubt, anything that has to do with lower vibration, you want to keep that at bay. If you feel yourself being siphoned into that energy, take a break from long-term planning. Get back into your highest intention here. And let that guide you. It is in your best interest to work from a very high intention, from a loving vibration here. And then your 3 last cards are the Swan, Coyote, and Turtle. Of course, we have Grace, we have the Trickster, and we have Mother Earth. So we have this sense of, and again, and if I were reading this for any other sign, I would say look out for the Trickster. But Gemini, it's part of your sign. It's part of you being flamboyant and fun, and being able to bounce around ideas and bounce around from this to that. You are the twin, right? You are able to wear both the masculine and the feminine masks within the same body comfortably, okay? So let these guide you. You are able to honor the divine masculine and the divine feminine within yourself. And this could be part and parcel of how you're going about meeting others here. Other people who are able to carry this energy in a positive way, in a balanced way. Again, we're looking at areas of balance, aren't we, with harmony here. And Treasure Island could be read as a harmony card as well, because we have both the air and the water being split in an equal sense here. So of course the mind and the emotions. So being able to carry these positively. Grace is a beautiful thing to go about life with. You're going to be able to be graceful, or if you're we're looking for sort of a way to go about certain things, or if you're looking for a sign that this is in your best interest, keep going gracefully. You'll meet other people who are able to do this as well. And Mother Earth, beautiful here. Mother Earth is going to be your calling card. Again, you could be working in the spirit world, and so many of us rather, and so much of common ideology around spirituality is that it has to be strictly in the spirit world. It has nothing to do with the body, or it has nothing to do with the earth. And I think that those two things need to be in congruence. You need to have the spirit self be aligned with the physical self and the physical world. So we have grace and harmony here. This is you really knowing how beautiful you are and how much beauty is in the world and accepting this, right? Believe it or not, many people can't accept this in their life. And if this is difficult for you for any reason, make an effort to do this for yourself, especially this month. You want to be harmonious and work within grace. Another way to read grace, briefly, I want to mention, because we do have why and we do have spirituality here. This is the grace of God. So you could have something available to you this month that leads you to an understanding of the grace of God, or you're available to it for the first time. Here with Truth and Integrity and Coyote being the trickster, they look like they're incongruent. Somehow truth and integrity can't be congruent with trickster, but this just means you're not upsetting someone necessarily. This is just the way that you play, okay? And if someone knows you, or if you make it known that, look, this is just the way I play. I'm always honest. I'm always full of integrity. I do want to work under the auspices of truth and being led by spirit or something higher than myself. And if I'm playful, take it at face value. Don't read into this. Don't read into how I'm playful here or that I'm tricking you into something. Don't let someone try to read into that here, Gemini, if that's what's happening. And then intention and the turtle. This is intention and Mother Earth. This could be earth-based medicine, earth-based spirituality. You could be looking at, again, occult medicine here, ancient medicine here, anything having to do with ancestors or the ancients here, religion, spirituality, occult, any symbolism around that. Make sure your intention is pure at the highest realm here. You will be led in the right direction for you. I really hope that you appreciated that reading and it was helpful to you somehow. Please join me next week for your mid-month pick a card and then for some upcoming face-to-face videos. Super excited to do that and hear back from you. So take excellent care of yourself, Gemini. See you in a little while. Bye for now.